Okay, so a lot of you might get really upset at this video, but I just have to say that food stamps bought my preps. So yeah, that's right. While I was on food stamps for 2 years, I bought my preps. So all of my prep food was bought with food stamps. So if you're on food stamps, you can buy these preps and you can use the food stamps to get ahead. So I'm sorry if that upsets you guys, but it's true and I just wanted to share. I was scared to make this video for so long, but it might help somebody, and so that's more important, that it might help somebody who hears it than offend or make some people mad. So I just wanted to first say that if you are on food stamps right now, it's okay. Or maybe you don't qualify for food stamps and you're finding yourself at food banks and needing to go get help and assistance in other ways. It's okay. Like, sometimes we just have to get help, and I've learned that it's okay. Like, the Lord had to take me through a process of humbling myself, of humbling me, of taking down my pride and showing me that I needed Him, and He stripped me of like everything, and He has now built me back up. But I'm so thankful that I had to be and smashed into the ground to humble myself to apply for food stamps in the first place. A few years ago, I found myself having to go to food banks, and because I didn't have enough money to feed my kids, and to look at the food that I had in the fridge and be like, okay, well, I can make this and this into this, and the boys will have 2 meals, and they were still smaller at the time, so thank the Lord. But I would be like, well, I could just eat this little bit, or I'll just mix all this up together and I'll just eat that, I'm just as long as, my boys like had a lot of, food, it didn't matter, I was just trying to like just do whatever. It didn't matter what it was, like to feed myself. And finally I just kept hearing the Lord say, it's okay, it's okay to ask for help. And so I just was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I'm letting my pride get in the way of like, sustaining my kids in a better way. Like it's not even fair to them. And so I finally did it, and I applied for assistance and I received it. And so I want to say, like, if you're on food stamps or if you're getting help, once again, like, there's no shame. Like, first I just want to say, release any shame that you might have with it. And some of you might not have any, but I know I had a lot of shame associated with it, and I just want to say, like just release it. Like, it's okay, it's okay. And sometimes the Lord uses these times to grow us so much. I know He did with me. The second thing I wanted to say is, in regards to food stamps buying my preps, is allow times of where the Lord is blessing you in ways. Don't use it frivolously. Like, what the Lord showed me is, because when I applied for food stamps, it was really weird. Like, they gave me a lot of money at the beginning, because I guess it was like I applied and a few months later I got it. So they like gave me, like, prorated the amount for the few months when I first applied. So they gave me, like, you guys, it was like 800, it was like I don't even remember, it was like almost $1,000. And I was like, what in the world? Like I was buying like cheap stuff, y'all, like peanut butter, jelly. Like, I'm like, what am I, like, I could buy steaks with this. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why do people get this much money? And I'm not sure if everybody gets that. I don't know what happened, but I did. And I was like, I don't need this. I don't need all of this. And I was like, Lord, like, I really sought Him, and I was like, what do I do with this? Like, how can I use this time to get ahead and okay, so what He showed me is, I might not have a lot of money at that time to invest, but what did I have? Like this also speaks to other things. What skills do you have? What do you have? So at that time I had food stamp money, and I was going to invest that. So 10 years later, I could still have something to show for it. So it was like Holy Spirit prompted me to look up if some of these foods, like these freeze-dried foods, which, you guys, so if you're not aware, this is called freeze-dried food, are shelf-stable. I don't know if this is freeze-dried. This is shelf-stable food. So this food has a 25-year, I don't know if you can see that, there it goes, a 25-year shelf life. So we're going into hard times, guys, which is another reason I just was like, I'm just gonna make this video. We are going into, hard times, and things like aren't certain. So if you have a can of, creamy chicken or rice, 25-year shelf life. Or if you have an emergency 48-hour kit, with a 30-year shelf life, that you can, you can say, I'm gonna take my food stamps and I'm gonna just buy like the bare minimum, like I'm like super on a budget. I'm gonna buy the bare minimum with my money, and I'm gonna use the other half to invest in food like this, so that when the time comes, and if it comes, even if it's 5 years from now, my family has something that we are prepared for. So guys, I just want to say, like, use it as an investment. Be wise with the blessing that you have of assistance, because having assistance is a blessing, and some people take it for granted, but no, it's such a blessing. And I had assistance for 2 years, and then after that I was able to build myself up, that I couldn't qualify for it, and I didn't need it anymore. So I'm so thankful. But in that time, I was able to penny pinch and to really be wise, so that I could prepare myself and my family for the future ahead. So that out of that 2-year span, now I have something that my family has for years later, that we could feed. I've blessed like others with it. Like, I've given away like cans and cans of food to others, and I'm like, guys, like, just keep this. There was a family with like, some young kids, and I like gave her like things of eggs and milk like this, and I was like, just in case something happens, like, it's just this is just good to have. You guys, I just want to say, like, use what you have, invest what you have. Maybe it's just food stamps, and maybe you have $500 a month, but you could realistically penny pinch and live on $300, and you can go buy these things. And these are on like Amazon. You can buy these on Walmart. It says EBT qualified. You guys, and get your family ahead. Prepare your family. Just because you don't have any money, and that way you have food stamps, you can use that to invest. So yeah, it's worth the sacrifice to penny pinch and to have that. Just keep living like, like you had it before you had food stamps. Like, before I had food stamps, I was barely buying food and living out of cans, eating out of cans and stuff. And so I just carried that same mentality into having food stamps, and then I was able to invest in stuff like this. So now I know for years ahead, this could be something that in 20 years, guys, my family still has, because I chose to, use what I had, and then, and invest what I did have, and then I don't know. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. And I wanted to also say, that once you get out of it, I wrote this down, once you get out of maybe needing assistance, don't forget where you came. Like, don't forget the struggle. Like, that's something that the Lord has been just reminding me of. Like, don't forget like the struggles that you had. Don't forget what I taught you. Don't forget. So I've been trying to keep it in the forefront of my mind, because He really does allow hard times to make us better, guys. And so, like, yeah, you can get bitter or you can get better, and I say get better, and go get your family prepared, guys. It's always good to have some food set aside for whenever. You don't know what's gonna happen. All you do, guys, is add water to this. So I literally have this. I have so many, and I'll share like all the things that I have from investing what I did have to create something for my family for the future. So yeah, I hope this was a blessing, and I hope it gives you like a different perspective. I haven't really heard anyone like talking about that, and I just wanted to be a blessing if there's somebody that yeah, can use that. So bye, guys. Okay, so I have a little light in here. So here's a few bins of food. This is some noodles from my friend, and then this is what I just showed in the video. And I'm gonna go back here. So I also wanted to share, guys, if you are somebody that doesn't qualify for food stamps or, another assistance, but you're still struggling, I want to say, like, let me show you. I have all of these cans back here, which I got over that 2-year span. Most of this stuff might be some newer things that I didn't get from that, but a lot of these, like, here's some freeze-dried stuff in the back. You can't really see. Hold on, let me see if I can bring the light. There you go. That's all like freeze-dried or dehydrated. I keep saying freeze-dried, dehydrated foods. Some of this stuff I didn't get with that, but some of those like dehydrated things are. Again, there's cans all back there. Those are those big cans. I have some more things back here. And then some of this stuff I got with the food stamps, but some of it I didn't. And then there's some things back there that I got from some family. But I just wanted to share that. If you do not qualify for assistance, but you're still struggling, guys, again, it's okay to get help. It's okay, like, maybe go visit a food bank. And, you know, maybe you're like, well, I'm not you know, like, I'm not struggling. But if you're struggling that you can't afford to set aside something for your family, it's okay. You're qualified. And it's okay. And go into that food bank and hold your head up high and set that food aside for your family for a later date. So I just want to say that, because I know now, like, I can't qualify for anything, but I've noticed, like, even though I don't qualify, I'm still, like, barely making it. So I'm like, wow, this is an interesting place to be. But, you know, I'm thankful that I have all this, but I don't know, I just want to share, like, go visit a food bank maybe once a month, and it's okay. Don't feel shame about it, because you do need help, you know, and it's okay that you need help. There's some rice and stuff up here. Oh, I forgot there's some tuna and things in these bins over here. But it's okay, guys, and set aside that for your family, and just set something aside so you guys are just ready in case of hard times. Okay, bye.